Alright guys, so here's my basic maze that I have created. I'm just going to show you, I'm not going to time lapse the beginning part because the part here is pretty straightforward. But what I've done is I've used all the 1x Lego builds all the way around, and I've kept those with holes. That's just because I had a lot of. It's going to allow me to maybe add some clever designs here in the future levels as I scale this up. Over here is the start, where the marble is going to begin. And the basic path, as you can see, is to get here to the yellow zone. But what makes this challenging, even though it doesn't look like a whole lot, is as you work your way through, when you get to this point where you're trying to zigzag the marble up this ramp, I've got these single pieces kind of ramped up, if you can see there. As you roll back and forth, your marble can fall all the way back to start. And we've got this little arch which can prove some of just like a visual challenge. And then I put these ramps here, so as you get going, you can also kick yourself back to start. And so this is just the kind of the basic layout of what I've constructed so far. The outside is just too tall. What I'm going to add is just a few other little things that I'm not quite sure how they're going to play out quite yet. But I am going to add, is I was thinking about adding a ramp that would ramp your marble right off right out of bounds here. And so I was thinking somewhere around here I have to do it in a way in which you can get your marbles, still has to be able to get through. Alright, so here is my level 2 up part to the maze as I keep adding stuff. Things that you're going to see, I restructured this part of the start, extended this out, so now you have to turn into this part of the maze. And what I've done is I found some old castle blocks when I was a kid. So I put two together here and kind of created a 3D ramp that you have to go over. You could go that route, or you could go right here and try to roll up on this little ledge. You can use this as a backstop and then drop down, and then from there navigate. Now the key here is as this rolls down, when you hit these ramps, not to fall back, because if you're trying to save it and you hit this ramp, it can put you right back into start. So you just got some different options for you to consider as you play. So as this kind of goes through here, it now becomes 3D, where I now have to kind of slowly use the X, Y, and Z coordinates, and I kind of got to get this guy to roll. Oh, I died. Or I can try to ramp up here on this backstop. Oh, there we go. And now I'm in, but I just have to now get down this path, and you can see here, and hopefully I don't hit those ramps there, and then there we go, to the jackpot. So there's that. I'm going to keep adding. I'm going to spruce this up. I'm going to have to add some more perimeter around to level things out, but this is stage 2 of the build, onwards to stage 3. Alright my friends, so the maze has picked up some three-dimensional work as we were building on from the last one. Things that I have created from this kind of overview is I've put this lip of these 2x1 bricks up top, and the reason for that is now when you start, in order to get to the next part of the maze, I've built a wall all the way across to actually shut that down. And so you're going to have to scale the ball up on the side, then go over, and then bring it down, and then now you have a choice: either go up this way on this path, or you can scale up this little tiny gap here. And either way, if it drops you down here, there's a little tunnel that'll bring you here, in which you could either drop straight back down this way to get to the ramp, or you can drop in this part here and get to the ramp. Now what this does by putting this tunnel here is this ball, you can't see it, so boy, it really comes rocket out of there. And now when it hits those ramps, it makes it that much more challenging. And then we've got this ramp here, so if it goes too fast, it bounces you out and puts you back at start. So now we have to kind of work our magic here to get the ramp. So I'm just adding different layers and textures. And now we are set up for what I'm hoping was a new part of this maze, where this is the finish, but now this is actually going to be the next wave. I don't know how to do it yet. That's actually going to catapult the ball up to the second floor where the actual finish is going to be. So there's the next progression of the maze project. Alright my friends, so I think this is the final construction of this maze. It's gotten pretty advanced and definitely challenged my brain. So this final part here, you can see that I've really built up quite a bit. The sidewall has gotten pretty tall. I've added a mechanical arm here and all sorts of different contraptions, which has required me to kind of do some rebuilding. So what basically happens is all the same as before. We still have our start right down here. You have to come down into this tunnel, and you still have to, I know it's hard to see, but you still have to scale this wall. And so there's a lip there, and so you can kind of peer in when you look this way. I know you can't see in the camera, but I can see, and then I can bring it back down. Now, right here, there's still a little tunnel. If I wanted to ramp up that castle wall and go this way and drop down, or it's also hard to see, I know, you can also scale up here, and this is the path that I prefer. And then what this does is it drops the marble down into this track. And there's actually two runways. You can go on the base here, this tunnel, or this tunnel in here. Either way, it'll get your marble down. We still have these ramps, but boy, those things really frustrate you now that we have these other features on. And what I've also added now is not only, our goal was originally go here, but I've built in a two-tier ramp. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a ramp and then another ramp to get you up to this part. This little wall, so I did kind of like an illegal Lego build. Some people don't like this, but I just propped a single piece on its side and wedged it between the studs for a skinnier wall. This kind of stops in its track, and it funnels you here down to this guy. So let me see if I can get him up there. Try this again. Oh, there we go. That funnels them into here, which now what I can do, or what I have to do is, I have to trigger him with this arm here. This is a kind of like a catapult. It's going to trigger him up to this runway right here. So I go ahead and, geez, I didn't do it time up. So you go here and you just flip them. The challenge here being not to do it too hard and not too soft. There we go. Runs them in down to this ramp. Just a final little gap here in case you fall out with this bridge here. And then up to the rock and roll sign, to the hand, the Lego minifig, and you are the winner. So winner, winner, chicken dinner. So there it is, guys. There is my maze. I hope you enjoy. Hope it inspires you. And when you create your own, please share it. I would love to see what you do, new components and parts. So now I'm going to sift through my big 300-pound bin and see what other cool pieces I could add to this for some cool effects. All right, guys. If you enjoyed, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Take care.